I gotta say, this trail snuck up on me. I never thought that I would be climbing over 3,000 feet today alone. Never mind the 17 miles I did yesterday. I mean, just incredible climbing.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town.
Hi, I'm Woodglue, and this is the Pacific Crest Trail. We're at mile 118, and this hike is going all the way up to mile 152, where Pacific Crest Trail meets Highway 74. This is just outside of the city of Warner Springs, California, and my hike before this mile marker on the trail ended at mile 118, and it started at mile 77 down in Scissors Crossing. So this is a continuation of 77 through 118, and then I'll be going all the way up to 152. So nice little gap to close off here. Fall is a good time to hike the Pacific Crest Trail. There's cooler temperatures, and you also have less crowds in the campsites and things like that. One downside of it is getting off work on a Friday night and hitting the trail. It's really hard to do that before it gets dark. So the sun's just gone down. My trailhead was north of Warner Springs, and then you turn right onto Lost Valley Road. From there, you go up, I want to say about 10 miles, something like that. It's a nicely paved road. Since I was last at this spot at mile 118, it's been repaved. So nice road getting up to here. And then it's about a half a mile walk up a truck trail to get to the Pacific Crest Trail. So with that, my camp tonight is at mile 124, I believe, and then wake up in the morning and head northbound. This should be a good one. Hang in there with me. I'm at mile 120 and a half, and I'm solo on this hike. And after my last backpacking trip, I was asked by a lot of people why I was solo and what happened to Goblin. That trip was up at mile 398 to 419 at Mill Creek Fire Station. And Goblin is still my sister. She lives in Northern California though, and all of our hikes have been down here in Southern California. The main reason for that is my work schedule doesn't allow me to travel too far to do these backpacking trips. So I ended up with her coming down here and doing those trips all last fall and summer, and it was just taxing her vehicle pretty bad to put all those miles on it. She has since bought a new car, but she doesn't want to put big miles on it to drive to Southern California to do a 35-40 mile hike. So she needs to justify those car miles with more backpack miles. So she's going to be coming down and doing these same sections, but she's going to be doing them in 60, 70, 80 mile trips instead of the 30 or 40. So I'm solo on mine, and she'll likely be solo on hers because she'll be hiking on my work days. So all in all, It's not too bad. It gets a little spooky at nighttime solo, but other than that, it's pretty much the same trip. So that we're at mile 123.8 right now. It's about 5 miles in. This is a campsite that was on the PCT half-mile maps. My pack this trip is 25 pounds, and I did a lot of stuff to try to shave weight out of that, and that 25 pounds even includes trekking poles, water, gas, everything. So got my heavy sleeping bag in there. I haven't received my quilt yet. I ordered a UDQ Bandit top quilt, and I haven't received it yet, but I'll be sporting that here on the next trip, I think. And so in the meantime, though, I've got a 4-pound 20-degree sleeping bag. Somebody left a gas canister. Pretty cool campsite here at mile 123.8. So I got my tent set up, and something I forgot to mention, it is November 16th, Southern California, and it's 8 p.m. and I've been hiking with shorts on. So that goes to show you what it's like here in the winter months. You know, it's clear skies. The moon is about a half moon, and you couldn't see it on my video shots, but it was lighting up the whole sky. I mean, I hardly needed my headlamp unless I was walking into the shaded areas, you know, in the shadow side of the mountains and stuff. Really, really cool. Getting good use of that guy's canister. I'll pack this thing out of here too. There's hardly any gas in it. That's probably why somebody left it behind. But rice pilaf and beef jerky for dinner. I'm going to finish eating this and then hit the hay. So I will see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning. It is about 7:30 and I'm headed out of camp. This is I'm at mile 123.8, and it is a really awesome campsite here. I definitely recommend it if you're headed through this direction. Today is I'm not really sure, like a 15-mile day, I think. And yeah, my next campsite's at 140.2, so 17-mile day today. And I'm going to be getting water before that. Only 4 miles from here, I've got access to a stream, I think it is, and I'm still good on water right now. I've got just over a liter left, and that's definitely enough to go the next 4 miles. Last night was pretty quiet. There wasn't a lot of noise around the campsite. You know, the breeze blew for a little while, but nothing too bad at all, and no dew. So great campsite. I liked it a lot. So I stopped off at Mike's place. That's at mile 127.3, and there's a little spur that comes off of the PCT right there, and a little spur trail that takes you up and over the hill, and it keeps you from walking on the out to the dirt road and then all the way up the dirt road to his house. Save some time. But he had the water tanks there, and that's as per the water report, so the water report was spot on. The last update was from the end of October, and that is a nice spot to stop for through hikers. You know, during the through hiking season, that's just a downright party place. You know, he's in there cooking up breakfast and stuff, and it's pretty neat what he does for the trail. Now it's onward and upward. This is the road that goes up to Mike's place that you could travel on. Right there where that phone pole tree is the summit, and like 5,500 feet, something like that. And I walked down this way. When I was up there, my camera battery went dead, and I didn't want to wait for it to charge. But beautiful view. Couldn't wait for it to charge because we still have lots of miles to go. This is the Thru-Hike spring. It feeds this stream. You can see all the iron in the water. But it's good enough for me. Right in the middle of the screen there, you can see the road that goes down to Thru-Hike Spring. And it's only been about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that, and came all the way around to the back of this canyon and then onto the trail. But check this out. This is the clarity of the water that came out of the filter after Thru-Hike Spring. Alright, so here's the story. I'm almost out of battery juice. Forgot my solar charger, and I'm at mile 140.2. But I went to that spot, and it's really low, so the temperature is going to be really low. So I came back up to here, and probably half a mile up where I was, and now I'm gonna camp here. But you can see, you know, it's still probably gonna be really cold here. But I got my big bag, so I've got my sleeping bag, I've got my big sleeping bag, so it's gonna work pretty good. And I'm not gonna cook any dinner. I'm just gonna eat all my my stuff, because man, I'm so tired. It's 17 miles today, and I'm at and yesterday was 5 miles. So in the last 23 hours, I'm at 22 miles. So it's pretty cool. But my feet and my legs are really tired. So I will see you in the morning. Good morning. It was it was a long night. for sleep. I slept really well, but the temperatures did come down just like I thought. I just left camp and couldn't wait to get out of there, man. Let's go find some sunshine. The camp was in kind of a valley where sunshine won't be there until probably 10 a.m. or so. But it's just after 7 now, and I got up around 6 and gonna head out now. So I've got 12 or 13 miles, something like that, before I meet up with my wife. She's gonna pick me up at mile 152, which is Highway 74 is right there, and there's a trailhead. So I've still got 2 liters of water. Half of it is from Tule Spring, which is got this real nasty iron aftertaste. It's good water, but just a bad aftertaste. So I mixed my breakfast shake into it, try to thin it out a little bit, and then I don't think I need any more water going forward. We'll make this 2 liters last along the way. Through that crevice is where I came, and then down the trail. And this is mile 140.2 right here, and this is the camp that's on the half-mile maps, and there's no way I was going to camp in there. It's a cold sink effect that happens here. You know, I had it bad enough where I was, and I was a good 150 feet up vertically from this location, but not a good camp for the fall or winter. This is mile 140.6, and there's a lot better campsites up here, probably a good 300 feet above the cold sink beach down there. There's a nice campsite down there too, but I don't see it from here. So this is mile 141.6, and lots of climb. It's probably just under 500 feet since I've left camp, so it's a tough one too, because it's only been less than 2 miles out of camp, so it's a doozy. But I'm still Woodglue, and check this view out, man. This is mile 145.4 on the PCT. This is a great little place. Welcoming sobos, but not section hikers. Haha. Nice little library where you can trade books. And then I filled out the book that they want you to write into. And I got some water. All my water was really bad from the place where I got it in the creek. So down there is a tank and there's plenty of water in it. Places for horses to drink. Pretty cool. A couple hours ago I was down on that valley floor. But before that, I was at camp. And from camp to here is 1,500 feet of climb. Something like 6 or 6.5 miles. And I keep thinking we're almost to the top. But every time I come over one of these things, there's another mountain to go over. It's a pretty tough go on this trail too. Pretty much the whole climb has been sandy like this. And that makes your steps a lot shorter. I did the math earlier and looks like I did the first 5 miles today in 3 hours, which isn't too good. All that climbing slowed me down. So I have another 6 or 7 miles to go as of that point. I did that math down at the water cache, and that puts me at the highway to meet my wife at about 1 o'clock if I go 2 miles per hour, or definitely before 2 if I'm moving slower than that. So I'm on track. Pretty cool. I used to go back and look up the trail and the altitude and that kind of stuff, and I've kind of stopped doing that. You know, I still look at water reports and things like Google Maps for campsites, but I gotta say this trail snuck up on me. I never thought that I would be climbing over 3,000 feet today alone. Never mind the 17 miles I did yesterday. I mean, just incredible climbing. And this is definitely a good section to have behind me, no pun intended. There's parts of the PCT that I'll come back and do, but this is not one of them, because it's just downright brutal. Going southbound is probably not too bad, but coming this way northbound, it's steep stuff. Anyway, I'm at like mile 151, and you can see the highway from here. You can see the rest, you can see the trailhead. So we're winding to a close here. I'll put the exact numbers at the end of the video, but for now I'll just stick it in the category of brutal. And we had some pretty cool trail maintenance that was happening all the way from 148 all the way down to even this point, 151. So the gorillas are out in force. Pretty good hike. You know, there's some definite low points, but right now the spirits are high because we're gonna meet up here at the trailhead and then go to Paradise Cafe for some lunch. That will be fun. Until the next hike, I'll see you guys.